In this video, we are going to take a look at Kelis Fisher. If you're not aware, she's committed to UConn class of 2025, along with Gandhi Mamel. Fisher is currently number 23 on the ESPN rankings for players in 2025. She's a quick point guard in the mold of KK Arnold or Jelani Cambridge. Like Cambridge, she's gone the prep school route in Florida as she commenced playing at IMG Academy in her sophomore year in high school. Now, the PR spin with her is, the stories that come from the like CT and other ones like the UConn blog is basically Fisher was a prodigy. She knew she wanted to do basketball from a young age. Her interest first developed when playing her older brother on NBA 2K, and she would also go one-on-one with her brother who was 5 years older. And basically, as she got older, her mom said, you need to choose between track, ballet, and basketball. And she chose basketball, saying, I chose the one I loved the most, and it was basketball. She said, I saw how fun it was and how good I could be if I just kept working hard. Now, there was a video done on Fisher, like when she was like 9 or 10, and she has a good handle, and she's very small at the time. But you can tell she's definitely committed, has good footwork, and just very keen on making it to the next level through basketball. But the other thing that stuck out was all of her teachers liked her and said good things about her as well. She's smart as well. Like, she likes math. I think anybody that likes math is pretty smart. But she likes math and says, if basketball doesn't work out, she wants to be a judge one day, potentially, or a lawyer. And you can tell she has her head screwed on right, and she's trying to make things better. It's painful watching the video. At one point, she talks about her neighborhood and her area that she lives in. So she's in Baltimore. She was going to the same school that previous UConn recruit Mir McLean went to. Just how her area, it's rough, and you see some bad things at times. And that really stood out to me because it's just interesting listening to a young kid talk about their circumstance. Now, her dad got her on the AAU team with Team Thrill. Like, she went to high school with the, I think his name was Danielle Dobbins, who ran the AA program there. And as the story goes, Gino was recruiting another player or scouting another player and saw her and liked her game straight away. Now, Fisher didn't know that Gino was watching her play, and she says she always plays hard. And he liked the way that she played. Or the coach came up to Fisher after the game, like her AAU coach, and said, yeah, Gino Auriemma was watching you and really liked your game. And from there, pretty much UConn was on her. She took an unofficial visit to UConn as a sophomore, and she said that she knew the place was for her, essentially. She talks about how one of the activities I did was decorating cookies, and she just knew that she fit in with everybody. Auriemma offered her a scholarship on the spot, and she accepted. Like, there was no hesitation or anything. She said, yeah, I'm in. I want to be at UConn. And from there, she started, instead of going back to her high school in Baltimore, she's actually taken up residence at IMG Academy. And if you're not aware, like, this is one of those prep schools that helps get players ready for college. So she's actually moved out of home and boarding there. She talked her parents into letting her go there as she wanted to play against better competition and really prepare herself for UConn and going to college and trying to get to the next level. And then I watched one of her highlight tapes. And of course, when you watch the highlight tapes, they never miss a shot and everything seems super great. But it was good because IMG Academy actually put like a full game up on YouTube, and I watched that game. Now, this was posted 11 months ago, but one of the things that stuck out is how her body has changed. So she's no longer that little point guard, if you like. Like, she's gotten bigger, and she looks like an off guard to me. Like, she doesn't look like KK Arnold anymore. Like, she almost looks like her long-term position should be off guard. When I was watching this game, she was running the point. They always had the ball in her hands, and she would do good things and she would do bad things. One of the things that sort of drove me crazy is she had the ball in her hands way too much. And this IMG team was not well drilled. You could tell that. When she'd run pick and roll, like, she wouldn't really rub off the player very well. Some of her passes were just too reckless. There were a few times where she didn't finish well on the break, and I don't know if I'm being too. I know I'm being too harsh on this because the thing is, I saw one of Jelani Cambridge's games in high school, and that wasn't great either. But then by her senior year, like you could tell, she was the best player on the floor. So with Fisher, how much better is she going to be going into this year? Recent film, I saw a little bit from a sideline camera view of her. The thing I liked in the more recent video is they did not have her handling the ball. Like they were saying, no, we'll have somebody else bring up the ball, which I think is good for her because the game I saw, she was just way too ball dominant. I'm like, man, you need to learn how to be an off guard and develop and try to make plays without the ball in your hand. Her shot mechanics are fine. So when she takes a shot, she makes some, she misses some, but it's not like, oh my God, we've left her open. That's going to be money. It's not like that. I think it's developing. Overall, I think the next year is going to be really important for her because she needs to have a really dependable shot because I don't know if her long-term future is at the point guard position. Like she's still quick and everything else, but when I watch her play, I'm sort of like, what is your long-term position? As I'm not sure she's like in the full Wiley, Hidalgo, sort of KK Arnold class in terms of being able to get to the rim and make plays at the basket, but at the same time, she's not really that long sort of, 6'1", 6'2" off guard that they like Morgan Chaley or Cadence Samuel, who can shoot and sort of really long and give the opposing off guard problems. And she's not really the 5'10", 5'8" sort of guard they like that's the gunslinger and can hit every or make every open shot, like Ali Zabel or Ashlyn Shade. So it's just I'm not sure how she's going to develop, and if she really does develop her shot, then man, she has the full package, as she will have a good handle and be able to utilize her outside shot to make her ability to penetrate to the basket and attack the basket more effective. You would think IMG Academy would be the right place to develop. Like I've seen some videos on how they have players go through individuals like at 7 a.m. in the morning and do everything focused on proving them as people and basketball players. But watching this game again, it stood out to me like there were 2 times in a row where Fisher didn't block out. Like it was like a long rebound. She didn't do it. And then the same thing happened again. And I didn't see a coach take her off or talk to her or anything like that. And this game was like senior night for the players, and just the whole vibe of the game just seemed like everybody was really, really flat to me. It wasn't, and I wonder if these kids sort of miss out on that sort of, you're playing for your high school and you want to make it happen and you want to win the state championship and sort of have that sort of pressure. It almost seems like these guys are already contractors looking at the next thing versus being focused on, we need to win state and things like that. And that's the big thing. As I think that develops pressure in itself. The other thing is UConn usually doesn't take sophomores. Like they did this with Ice Brady. And I wonder, it's a dangerous game because you're trying to, you're betting on potential here. I think it should work out, but it's interesting. I'll let you judge for yourself on the clips. As I said early on, nice kid. Either way, she's going to go well in life. Anyway, your thoughts, comments, poison's always welcome. Thanks a lot for watching. Good night.